What if I told you that the life you think you're living, the struggles, the setbacks, the frustrations you feel every day, isn't the full reality? What if much of it is nothing more than a carefully constructed illusion? You see, the world you wake up in every morning is shaped and filtered by invisible rules. Rules you never agreed to. Rules you don't even consciously know exist. Yet they've been guiding your choices, limiting your movements, and defining what you believe is possible. But here's the shocking part. Those rules aren't permanent. They are not written in stone, and they were never meant to be final. They can be challenged, rewritten, and even erased. And the most mind-blowing truth of all is this: the power to rewrite them has always been in your hands. The problem is, no one ever pointed you toward the switch that controls it. But today, that changes. By the time you finish this video, you'll not only see the hidden rules of your reality, you'll know how to bend them, break them, and finally step into the life you've only dreamed of until now. So here's the big question. Why is it that some people achieve their goals with what looks like effortless ease, while others, no matter how hard they grind, no matter how much they sacrifice, stay trapped in the same cycle, never breaking free? The truth isn't about luck. It isn't about being born with talent, and it certainly isn't about raw intelligence. The real difference lies in one mind-shifting concept: reality itself is negotiable. Yes, that sounds unbelievable, but hear me out. The life you're living right now, the roadblocks, the limitations, the endless frustrations, they're not unchangeable facts. They're negotiable terms in the contract you signed with life. Except you didn't write most of those terms. Someone else did. Your society wrote them. Your parents wrote them. Your school, your culture, the media. They handed you invisible rules about what's possible and what's not. You absorbed them without question. But what if those so-called rules of life were never truths at all? What if you could rip them out of your operating system and rewrite them starting today? Here's what almost no one tells you. Your reality isn't shaped just by facts. It's shaped by a hidden force. And no, this isn't magic or some mystical law. It's not about wishful thinking or blind faith. This force is real, measurable, and extremely powerful. It's the power of your beliefs. Your beliefs are like a lens through which you view the world. If the lens is tinted with scarcity and struggle, then scarcity and struggle will dominate what you see. But if the lens is shaped by empowerment and opportunity, then suddenly doors appear where you once saw only walls. This isn't pseudoscience, it's grounded in neuroscience. Inside your brain is something called the reticular activating system, or RAS for short. Its entire purpose is to filter reality. Think about it. Have you ever learned a new word or thought about buying a certain car, and then suddenly you seem to see it everywhere? That's not the universe putting it in your path. It's your RAS at work. The object was always there, but your brain didn't notice it until it became relevant to you. Now imagine that same filtering effect applied to every single area of your life. Your RAS will shine a spotlight on whatever matches your deepest beliefs, and it will ignore everything else as background noise. Here's where it gets crazy. Most of us never consciously chose what our RAS filters for. Our programming, childhood lessons, cultural conditioning, repeated messages from teachers, parents, and media taught us what to notice. For many, that meant focusing on the negative, the problems, the risks, the impossibilities. And when all you notice are limitations, life starts to look like a long list of locked doors. But here's the beautiful truth. Just as a program can be overwritten, so can your mental filters. You can consciously reprogram what your brain notices. You can break the cycle. Think about it. How much of the reality you live today isn't even yours? How many of your beliefs were hand-me-downs from someone else's fears? Phrases like, "You need to work hard just to survive," "Money doesn't grow on trees," "You're not smart enough to try that." Sound familiar? These aren't truth. They're rules someone else invented. The only reason they feel true is because you accepted them without questioning, and the moment you accept them, they become your reality. But truth itself is not fixed. It bends, it shifts, and best of all, it responds to belief. That's why one person can go from being broke to becoming a billionaire, while another person stays trapped in poverty despite working harder than anyone else. It's why someone with no experience can launch a business and thrive, while another with years of training struggles. The gap isn't in skill, it's in belief. Let me give you a real-world story to prove it. In the early 20th century, an ambitious man named Henry Ford transformed the world by building affordable automobiles. But here's what most people don't realize. Henry Ford didn't revolutionize the automobile industry by working harder than everyone else, or by inventing a new kind of engine out of thin air. He did it with one radical belief. At a time when other manufacturers were obsessed with producing expensive luxury cars for the wealthy, Ford asked a simple yet game-changing question. What if we built cars that the average person could afford? That one belief shattered the industry's so-called rules. It flipped the script, and it's the reason we have cars in every driveway today, not just in the garages of the rich. Now, think about your own life. What invisible rules are you following that keep you stuck? What standards did you accept without ever questioning? And the bigger question, what if those rules aren't even real? So how do you start rewriting your reality? It all begins with one powerful question. What do I currently believe that is no longer serving me? Here's your first practical exercise. Grab a notebook. Write down the biggest problem in your life right now. Then ask yourself this: what belief is keeping this problem alive? If your problem is, I can make more money, the hidden belief might be, I'm not good enough to succeed. If your problem is, I'm stuck in a toxic relationship, the hidden belief could be, I don't deserve better. Here comes the twist. Once you pin down the belief, challenge it. Ask yourself, is this belief really true? 9 times out of 10, you'll realize it's not truth. It's a story you've been fed, or a story you've repeated to yourself until it felt true. Once you see it as a story, it loses its power. Let this sink in deeply. The rules you've been living by aren't carved into stone tablets. They're written in sand, which means the instant you decide to question them, they begin to dissolve. You don't have to accept the version of life you were handed. You can rewrite the rules. You can create a reality that aligns with the life you actually want. So here's a question that might shake you to your core. What if your entire reality works like a game? A game where the rules, the challenges, even the obstacles aren't permanent, because they were always meant to be played with, not endured. The tragedy is that most people don't even realize it's a game. Why? Because they've been too busy following the script someone else handed them. And here's the wildest part. You're not just a player in this game. You're the one holding the pen that writes the rules. Let me blow your mind for a moment. Scientists have discovered that everything around you, the solid chair you're sitting on, the walls around you, the phone in your hand, is made of atoms. But here's the kicker. Atoms are 99.99% empty space. So technically, the chair you're sitting on is not truly solid. It's mostly nothingness. What makes it feel solid? Your mind, your perception, your belief that it's real. Now stop and think about what that means for your life. If your perception can take empty space and turn it into something you can sit on, then what else are you unknowingly creating out of nothingness? And even bigger, what else could you create if you knew how to play the game differently? This brings us to the invisible force that controls everything. And no, it's not fate, not destiny, not luck. It's something far more practical and powerful. That force is your focus. Here's how focus works. Your brain operates like a spotlight. Whatever you shine that light on, you'll see more of. And because what you focus on grows, you are constantly feeding your reality with your attention. If you shine the spotlight on problems, you'll uncover more problems. But if you direct it toward opportunities, you'll start spotting them everywhere. Here's the shocking part. Most people are pointing their mental spotlight at the wrong things without even knowing it. And it's not their fault. Society programmed them this way. Our upbringing, the media and cultural conditioning have trained us to focus on fear, scarcity and limitation instead of abundance, growth and opportunity. Here's a quick example. How many times have you told yourself, "I can't afford that," or "I'm not good enough to do that"? Each time you say it, your brain starts scanning for evidence to confirm it. Before long, it feels like unshakable reality. But it's not reality, it's focus. And here's the game changer. Your reality does not define who you are. It reflects who you believe you are. Think of it like a mirror. When you stand in front of a mirror wearing a wrinkled shirt, you don't get mad at the reflection. You understand it's simply showing you what already exists. Life functions the exact same way. If you don't like what you see, your finances, your career, your relationships, the reflection won't fix itself. The shift has to happen within you first. And here's the good news. Just like changing your shirt instantly changes the reflection, shifting your beliefs and your focus immediately rewrites what you see in your external reality. So let me give you a tool you can apply right now. The reality audit. Step 1. Take 5 minutes and identify the top 3 areas of your life where you feel stuck or dissatisfied. For each one, write down the first thought that surfaces when you think about that area. For example, money. I never have enough. Relationships. Nobody understands me. Career. I am not qualified for better opportunities. Step 2. Flip the script. Rewrite each limiting thought into its empowering opposite. I never have enough becomes I am always finding new ways to attract abundance. Nobody understands me becomes the right people are showing up who get me. I'm not qualified becomes every experience I've had is preparing me for the next big step. When you do this, you're not playing a silly word game, you're retraining your brain. You're teaching your spotlight to shine on a new reality. And because focus fuels creation, your life begins to bend in that new direction. Say this with me. I attract relationships that support and uplift me. Now, here's your challenge. Read statements like this out loud every single morning for the next 7 days. Why? Because your brain is a pattern recognition machine. Whatever you feed it consistently, it starts searching for evidence to confirm. If you keep telling your brain a new empowering story, it will begin to bend reality to match that new pattern. This isn't wishful thinking, it's neuroscience. Step 3 is the 5-minute visualization. Close your eyes and imagine yourself already living the life you desire, as if it's happening right now. Feel it in your body. What does success feel like? How does happiness feel in your chest? What does abundance feel like flowing through you? The stronger and more vivid the emotion, the stronger the signal you send to your brain. At first, this might feel awkward, even strange. But here's the truth. You've already been visualizing every single day of your life. When you worry, you're visualizing failure. When you doubt yourself, you're visualizing rejection. The only difference now is that you're choosing to visualize on purpose. But let me stretch your mind even further. What if the life you're dreaming of isn't something you have to chase? What if it already exists? A parallel version of reality waiting for you to align with it. You're not working toward it. You're tuning into it. And the only barrier between your current reality and that version of life is the energy you're radiating in this very moment. Think of your energy like a radio signal. If you're tuned into a frequency of lack, fear, or doubt, you'll keep attracting situations that confirm those emotions. But when you tune into abundance, confidence, and joy, you start pulling those experiences into your world like a magnet. Again, this isn't out there spiritual fluff. It's science. Every thought you think and every emotion you feel creates real, measurable vibrations, and the universe responds to those signals, mirroring them back to you. Here's the catch though, most people don't know how to shift their energy. They wonder, how do I go from feeling stuck, anxious, or frustrated to radiating the kind of energy that attracts opportunities and miracles? The first step is understanding what's holding you down. Most of us are walking around trapped in cycles of low vibrational energy, fear, anger, guilt, shame. These are heavy emotional states, and carrying them is like dragging around a backpack full of bricks. Each brick is a grudge, a memory of failure, a belief that says I'm not enough. Over time, those bricks weigh you down so much you can barely move forward. The craziest part, most of us don't even realize we're carrying them. Here's an exercise for you. Close your eyes and ask yourself, what am I still holding on to that I no longer need? Maybe it's fear of failing. Maybe it's resentment towards someone who betrayed you. Maybe it's the nagging belief you'll never be good enough. Whatever it is, be honest. Because until you drop those bricks, you'll never be able to run free. So here's how to release the weight. Step 1. Identify your bricks. Take out a notebook. Write down the heavy thing you've been carrying, whether it's a regret, a fear, or a limiting belief. Ask yourself, how is this serving me? Most of the time you'll realize it's not. It's just a story that's overstayed its welcome. Step 2. Release it. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Picture that brick in your hands. Its weight, its texture. Now imagine dropping it. Literally see it. Leave your grip. Say out loud, I release this. It no longer has power over me. Step 3. Replace the void with light. As the weight leaves, imagine a bright, warm light filling the empty space. This is your new energy, empowering, radiant, expansive. Do this every day for a week and watch how your energy shifts. Here's something most people aren't taught. Emotions are just energy in motion. They're not permanent and they don't define you. They're signals that are meant to pass through. The problem is when you resist them or bury them, they get stuck in your system and stagnate your energy. The secret is to allow, when fear arises, don't fight it, acknowledge it. When sadness comes, don't bury it, thank it for its message, and then let it go. Here's a quick emotional practice. The next time you feel a strong emotion, stop, close your eyes, take 3 deep breaths. Ask, what message is this emotion trying to give me? Once you recognize it, say, thank you for the lesson, I release you now. That simple acknowledgement keeps your energy flowing freely, instead of locked in loops of negativity. Now that we've cleared the blocks, let's talk about how to raise your vibration instantly and align with the life you want. Here are 4 powerful steps. Step 1. Gratitude as a superpower. Gratitude is one of the highest vibrational states a human can enter. Every morning, write down 3 things you're grateful for and feel it. Don't just list them. Let the feeling of appreciation flood your heart. Step 2. Visualization as a portal. Spend a focused 5 minutes daily visualizing your dream life. See every detail. Feel the joy. Hear the sounds. The more vivid it is, the stronger the signal you send out. Step 3. Movement as energy activation. Energy flows where motion goes. Move your body. Dance, walk, stretch, breathe deep. Physical movement breaks up stagnant energy and raises your vibration instantly. Step 4. Surround yourself with high vibe energy. Pay close attention to your environment, the people you're around, the media you take in, the conversations you engage in. Everything is shaping your vibration. Choose wisely. Curate your inputs as carefully as an artist curates a masterpiece. Here's the truth. I want you to lock into your soul. You are not a victim of your circumstances. You are the creator of your reality. The energy you send out is the energy that comes back to you. And the moment you raise your vibration, you don't just change your mood, you begin to reshape your entire life. Feel it right now. Can you sense it? That stirring, that shift, that's your power waking up. And we're only getting started, because next we're going to take this further. We're moving beyond energy shifts. I'll show you how to not only change your vibration, but also rewrite the very rules of your reality. So let's begin with something revolutionary. Everything you believe about life, your limits, your abilities, your potential, is built on rules you didn't even write for yourself. Think about it. Who decided you had to work 40 hours a week just to be successful? Whoever said you have to wait for the right time to chase your dreams? Let me tell you a secret. They only told you that because it's what society wants you to believe. The so-called rules about life, the timelines, the restrictions, the ceilings on what's possible, they aren't real. They are just stories. And like all stories, they were written by someone else. Society, your upbringing, your culture, even your past failures. But here's the craziest part. Those stories only dictate your life because you agreed to believe them. Now, here's where everything shifts. You can change the story. You can break through these invisible rules that have held you captive and replace them with new ones, rules that empower you to design the life you were meant to live. Imagine this, you're living inside a prison, but you don't even realize it. The walls aren't made of steel or stone. They're made of beliefs. Beliefs like, I'm not good enough. I can't take risks. It's too dangerous. People like me don't succeed. And here's the shocking truth. The prison door has never been locked. It's been open the whole time, but most people never even try to walk through it because they've convinced themselves they're stuck. Take a moment to reflect what beliefs feel like prison walls in your own life. Maybe you've told yourself you need permission to pursue your dreams. Maybe you've been taught that failure is something to avoid at all costs, no matter what. But ask yourself honestly, what if those rules aren't real? What if you've been limiting yourself for absolutely no reason? Let's take this deeper. Here's a simple but powerful 3-step exercise to identify and rewrite the rules that have been silently running your life. Step 1. Find the rule. Think about one area where you feel stuck. Your career, your relationships, your finances, or your sense of purpose. Ask yourself, what rule am I unconsciously following here? For example, I need to stay in this job because it's secure. I can start my own business because I don't have the skills. I still never find love because I said I'm not good enough. Step 2. Challenge the rule. Once you've identified it, ask, is this really true? Almost always, the answer will be no. It's not truth. It's a belief you've absorbed from parents, teachers, experiences, or society's conditioning. Dig deeper. Where did it come from? Trace its origin, because simply recognizing that it's not yours takes away much of its power. Step 3. Rewrite the rule. Now create a new rule that empowers you. Turn weakness into strength, limitation into possibility. For example, old rule, I need to stay in this job because it's secure. New rule, I deserve work that fulfills me, and I trust myself to find or create it. Old rule, I can start a business because I don't have the skills. New rule, I can learn anything I need to succeed. This one step can change everything. Write your new rules down. Read them out loud every day. What happens is simple but life-changing. Your mindset shifts first, then your actions begin to align, and as a result, your reality transforms. Let me blow your mind with this. Your brain is constantly negotiating reality. It acts like the world's most loyal lawyer, always searching for evidence to support whatever you believe. If you believe you're not good enough, your brain will happily find proof. But if you believe you are unstoppable, your brain will work just as hard to confirm that too. There's a famous study that proves this. A group of hotel housekeepers was told that their daily work, vacuuming, cleaning, making beds, was actually a form of exercise. That tiny shift in belief changed everything. Within weeks, without altering their diet or routines, the group lost weight, saw lowered blood pressure, and actually got healthier. Nothing about their activity changed. Only their belief about what they were doing shifted, and their bodies responded in kind. Now, imagine what would happen if you changed your beliefs about yourself, about your worth, your potential, your future. Of course, rewriting the rules is only the beginning. True transformation comes when you reinforce the new version of reality every single day. Here sits how to do it. Step 1. Daily affirmations. Pick 3 new empowering rules and turn them into affirmations. For example, I am capable of achieving anything I set my mind to. Opportunities flow to me effortlessly. I am worthy of love, success, and abundance. Say them out loud every morning. Don't just repeat them mechanically, feel them as if they're already true. Step 2. Act as if. Don't just reprogram your thoughts, back them up with action. If your new belief is, I can learn anything I need to succeed, then sign up for that course. Start that project. Every action you take reinforces the belief and makes it more real to your subconscious. Step 3. Surround yourself with empowerment. Your environment shapes you more than you realize. Pay attention to the people you're around, the conversations you're in, even the media you consume. Fill your world with inspiration, growth, and examples of the life you want to create. Curate your inputs deliberately. The more high-frequency energy you're around, the faster your new reality will solidify. Now let me ask you something personal and raw. What do you truly believe about yourself? Not what you claim, not what you show the world, but the whispers that echo in your head when you're alone. Because here's the brutal truth. Your life will never rise above your deepest beliefs. Sit with that. Every opportunity you've taken or missed was dictated by what you thought was possible for you. And here's the part that should liberate you. Most of your beliefs aren't even yours. They were hand-me-downs. They came from parents, teachers, friends, co-workers, society. You've been carrying them around like a heavy backpack, weighed down by truths that were never meant to be yours. But today, right now, you can unpack it. You can choose to only keep what empowers you. Here's a secret most people never hear. Belief isn't just a thought in your head. It's an instruction to the universe. When you believe something, your brain literally reorganizes itself to prove it true. Neuroscience calls this the reticular activating system, or RAS-S. It filters through billions of signals and only shows you what matches your beliefs. That's why when you decide to buy a certain kind of car, you suddenly see it everywhere. But here's the shocking part. Your RAS doesn't care whether your belief is fact or fiction. It just follows your orders. Which means if you train it to notice lack and limitation, that's all you'll see. But if you train it to look for opportunity, wealth, and growth, your brain will start highlighting those instead. So the real question is this: what instructions are you giving your brain right now? Here's something that might completely shift the way you think. Your beliefs don't just shape your thoughts, they literally impact your body. There's a well-documented phenomenon in science called the placebo effect. In countless medical studies, Patients who are given sugar pills believing they're real medicine often experience the same improvements as patients who get the actual drug. Pain vanishes, symptoms ease, healing begins. Why? Because their belief triggers a real, measurable physiological response in the body. Now take that in for a second. If a simple belief can heal the body, imagine what belief can do for your career, your relationships, your finances, your entire future. But here's the twist. Just as positive beliefs can spark miracles, negative beliefs can sabotage you just as powerfully. There's even a term for it, the nocebo effect. This is when harmful or limiting beliefs trigger negative outcomes, prevent healing, or even create sickness. In other words, your mindset can make you sick or keep you stuck. So pause and ask yourself, what beliefs are you holding right now that are weighing you down? Beliefs like, I'm not smart enough, people like me never succeed, or I'll never find love. And now, imagine what your life could look like if you swapped out these toxic beliefs for empowering ones. Let me show you a 4-step technique you can use right now to reprogram your beliefs and unlock the life you were meant to live. Step 1. Identify your limiting beliefs. Take out a notebook and look at one specific area of your life where you feel stuck. Write down the belief that's holding you there. Career example. I sit not smart enough to succeed. Relationship example. I said, I'm not worthy of love. Money example. I still never get ahead financially. Clarity starts with awareness. You can't rewrite a belief until you shine a light on it. Step 2. Challenge the belief. Now that you've identified it, break it down. Ask yourself, is this 100% true? Almost every time, the belief falls apart under scrutiny. Write down all the reasons this belief might be false. If you believe I'm not smart enough, list moments you did figure things out, solving a problem, learning a skill, adapting to new challenges. Trace the belief back to its origin. Was it something someone said to you in childhood? Was it one failure you blew out of proportion? Often what feels like a fact is nothing more than an inherited memory or story you've been carrying for years. Step 3. Replace the belief. This is where the magic begins. Write a new empowering belief to replace the old one. Old belief. I said not smart enough to succeed. New belief. I can learn anything I need to succeed. Write this new belief on a sticky note. Put it somewhere visible. Your bathroom mirror, your desk, even as your phone wallpaper. You want this new story in your face every single day. Step 4. Reinforce the belief with action. Here's the step most people miss. Beliefs don't stick just because you repeat them. They grow stronger when you live them. Take one small action each day that supports your new belief. If your new belief is I'm worthy of love, do something kind for yourself daily. Treat yourself the way you'd want someone else to. If your new belief is I can learn anything, enroll in a course, read a book, or spend 30 minutes on tutorials. Each action sends a signal to your brain. This is who I am now. That alignment between belief and action rewires your subconscious, making the new identity real. But here's the truth. Most people don't want to admit, reprogramming your beliefs isn't a one-time event. It's not instant. It's a practice. Just like you wouldn't expect to build muscle from one workout, you can't transform your inner world from one affirmation. Every time you repeat the new belief, every time you take an aligned action, you're strengthening the new pattern. Over time, it becomes automatic. Belief is the foundation of transformation, but belief alone isn't enough. Let's get raw about something. You can't just sit in your room visualizing your dream life for months and expect everything to fall into place. Without action, belief remains a dream. Here's the shocking part. Most people say, I'll take action when I feel ready. But readiness is an illusion. It's one of the greatest lies we tell ourselves. Waiting for the right time is simply disguised procrastination. The truth is that action creates belief, not the other way around. Every small step reinforces the identity you're building. It tells your mind and body, this is who I am now. So let me ask you point blank, what action have you been avoiding? That one thing you've been postponing, overthinking, or fearing. That's the very doorway to everything you've been wanting. Here's the trap. Most people fall into overthinking. They plan, strategize, analyze, make lists, and wait. That's not clarity. That's paralysis. Let me drop a game changer for you. Clarity doesn't come from thought. It comes from taking action. Think of it like driving at night. Your headlights only show you a few meters of road ahead, but as you move forward, the path gradually reveals itself. Your life works the same way. You don't need the entire roadmap, you just need to trust the next step. And here's why taking action is so mind-blowingly powerful. Every action you take literally rewires your brain. Neuroscientists call this neuroplasticity. Your brain is like clay. It molds itself around your repeated actions and experiences. For example, if you've always believed, I'm not confident, but you start forcing yourself to take small confident actions, speaking up in a meeting, introducing yourself to a stranger, holding eye contact, your brain builds new neural pathways. Eventually your identity shifts to, I am confident. If you lived with the belief, I can succeed, but you start finishing small tasks that actually generate results, your brain starts accepting a new self-image. I am capable of succeeding. Each action is a vote for the person you want to become. Each repetition strengthens the habit, the pathway, and eventually the new belief. So here's your next level takeaway. Don't wait for belief to magically appear before you move. Move first, and your belief will catch up. I am capable. Say it to yourself, and let it land. This is why action is non-negotiable. Action isn't just about checking goals off your list. It's about reshaping who you are at a core level. Every step you take isn't just moving you forward externally, it's rewiring you internally. Let's break this down into something simple you can apply today. This exercise is called the rule of small wins, and it changes everything. Step 1. Choose one area of focus. Don't overwhelm yourself. Pick one area of your life you most want to shift. It could be your health, your career, your finances, your relationships, or even your personal growth. Step 2. Define the smallest possible action. Ask yourself, what is the tiniest step I can take today that moves me closer to my desired reality? If your focus is health, maybe it's just drinking a full glass of water after waking up. If your focus is money, maybe it's setting aside $5 in savings. If your focus is confidence, maybe it's making eye contact with one person you pass on the street. It doesn't matter how small it seems. In fact, the smaller and more doable it is, the better. Step 3. Commit and repeat. Do it right now. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Take that action today. Do it every single day until it becomes second nature. Why does this work? Because small wins create momentum. That one action is proof to your brain that change is possible. And once your brain sees proof, it unlocks the motivation to attempt larger steps. That's how growth snowballs. Think of momentum like a snowball rolling down a hill. At first it moves slowly, small and fragile, but with each roll, it grows in size and accelerates until it becomes an unstoppable force. That's how transformation works in your life. The glass of water becomes a new diet. The $5 becomes consistent wealth habits. The moment of confidence sparks a courageous decision that changes everything. This is why I always say, start small, but start now. Here's something most people don't understand. Fear isn't the enemy. Inaction is fear, only paralyzes you when you stand still. The second you take action, even the tiniest step, you reclaim control. Here's why: fear thrives on the unknown. When you act, the unknown becomes the known. You now have data. You learn what works, what doesn't, and what to try next. That feedback begins to chip away at fear's power. So here's a trick. The next time you feel fear holding you back, don't fight it. Use it as fuel. Say, I feel the fear, but I'm doing it anyway. Pick one task you've been avoiding: sending the email, making the phone call, starting the project. Then set a timer for just 1 minute. Commit to working on it for 60 seconds. Most of the time, once you start, the fear dissolves and you keep going. The truth is, transformation doesn't come in a giant leap. It's not a single grand gesture that changes your life. It's the accumulation of small, consistent actions. And here's something important. The fact that you're watching this, opening your mind to new beliefs and possibilities, that's already your first step. Now, in the next section, we're going to take this momentum and magnify it. I'll show you how to combine the power of belief and action into something so extraordinary, it feels like bending reality itself. This is what I call quantum change. And this is where the magic really happens. Think about it. By now you understand belief reshapes your mind and action reshapes your reality. But what if there's a way to amplify everything you've learned so far, to bring your thoughts, emotions, and actions into perfect synchronization? So transformation doesn't just happen step by step, but exponentially. This is quantum change. Here's the missing link. Most people work hard, put in effort, grind day and night, and still feel stuck. Why? Because their thoughts, emotions, and actions are misaligned. They think about success, but internally, they feel doubt. They take action, but they do it from an energy of fear or desperation. That misalignment cancels out their potential. Here's the mind-blowing truth. The universe doesn't respond to what you say you want. It responds to who you are. When your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions are aligned as one, reality bends around you. That's when ordinary change transforms into extraordinary results. So how do you align? Here sits the step-by-step. Step 1. Clarify your desire. Get specific. Don't just say, I want more money. Write, I want to earn $10,000 in the next 3 months. The clearer the target, the stronger the alignment. Step 2. Align your thoughts. Check your beliefs. Ask, what do I currently believe about this desire? If you catch yourself thinking, I don't know if I can do this, replace it with, I am fully capable of creating this. Use affirmations to reinforce these beliefs daily. Step 3. Align your emotions. Visualization is your tool. Spend 5 minutes every day imagining that desire as if it's real right now. Don't just see it, feel it. Feel the joy, the gratitude, the confidence. Your emotions are fuel. The stronger they are, the stronger your signal to the universe. Step 4. Align your actions. Break that big goal down into small steps and take at least 1 step every day. Remember, action is what locks belief into reality. Belief creates vision, but action creates momentum, and momentum makes the vision unstoppable. When your thoughts, feelings, and actions point in the same direction, you trigger exponential, not linear, change. This is quantum change, the point where reality begins to mirror you at lightning speed. And science proves it. You are surrounded by an invisible energy field that constantly interacts with everything around you. Physics shows us that everything in the universe is energy vibrating at different frequencies. When you shift your frequency to match the reality you want, you start resonating with it and attracting it. But here's the challenge. Most people's energy is clogged with static, fear, stress, doubt. It's like trying to tune in to a radio station when the dial is stuck between channels. The music is there, but the signal is lost. To create quantum change, you must clear your field and raise your vibration. Here's a simple energy reset ritual you can try right now. Step 1. Ground yourself. Sit or stand somewhere quiet. Close your eyes. Take 3 slow, deep breaths. Imagine roots growing out from the soles of your feet, sinking deep into the earth, anchoring you. Step 2. Release negativity. Visualize a dark, heavy energy clouding your body. With each exhale, see this energy leaving, draining out into the earth where it dissolves. Step 3. Recharge with light. Picture a brilliant golden light above your head. See it pouring down into you, filling every cell with warmth, power, and clarity. Step 4. Set an intention. Out loud, declare, I align my energy with abundance, love, and infinite possibilities. I am ready to receive. Do this daily and feel how your energy shifts. Your thoughts sharpen, your emotions lighten, and your actions begin flowing with far less resistance. Because here's the truth. The moment your beliefs, emotions, and actions unite, you no longer chase your desires, you radiate them. And the universe has no choice but to match your signal. Here's the truth. Most people never realize. Transformation doesn't have to take years when you're fully aligned, when your thoughts, emotions, and actions are in harmony. Change can unfold in an instant. Think about it. One phone call can change your career. One conversation can transform a relationship. One decision can alter the direction of your entire life. This is what's known as a quantum leap, a sudden dramatic shift that catapults you into a completely new reality. These leaps don't happen by chance. They happen when you're radiating the energy of your desires so fully that the universe has no choice but to respond. Right now, you might even feel it inside, a stirring, a pull, a sense that you are more powerful than you've allowed yourself to believe. That spark you feel, that's the magic of alignment at work. But listen carefully, we're not done yet, because leaps aren't the finish line. They're just the beginning. In the next stage, you'll discover how to not only step into this transformation but sustain it. How to make your extraordinary new reality not a brief, fleeting moment, but your everyday life. By now you've done something incredible. You've begun challenging the rules of your reality. You've realigned your energy. You've taken small, courageous actions to move forward. That is massive. But let's be honest, most people start their journey of change and then they slide back. Old habits creep in. Old beliefs resurface. Old comfort zones pull them back. Why? Because they never learned the key. Transformation is not an event. It's a lifestyle. Maybe you've felt this before. You start a new habit, working out, journaling, chasing a big goal. For a few weeks, you're consistent. And then you lose momentum. You fall into old patterns. It feels like one step forward, 2 steps back. Here's why your brain craves comfort and predictability. And guess what? Comfort is the biggest enemy of growth. To sustain transformation, you need to break free from the gravitational pull of your old self. And the only way to do that is to create a system, a daily practice that keeps you aligned with your highest self. Here's a simple but powerful 10-minute daily practice that will lock in your new reality and carry you forward. Step 1. Morning visualization. 3 minutes. Begin your day with imagination. Close your eyes and see your dream life in vivid detail. Feel it as if it's happening now. Hear the sounds, feel the emotions, live in the vision. As you do this, declare, this is who I am. This is my reality. Step 2. Gratitude check-in. 3 minutes. Write down 3 things you're grateful for, but don't just list them. Close your eyes and truly feel the gratitude in your body. Let it flood your chest, and raise your vibration immediately. Gratitude is like rocket fuel for your energy field. Step 3. Daily intention, 3 minutes. Write down one aligned action you'll take today. Keep it simple. If you're manifesting financial freedom, your intention might be research one new income stream. If you're attracting love, maybe it's send a kind message to a friend. Small, actionable, powerful. Step 4. Evening reflection. 1 minute. Before bed, ask yourself, did I live in alignment with my new reality today? If yes, celebrate, even the small wins. If no, don't judge yourself. Just commit to doing better tomorrow. This practice might feel tiny, but here's the mind-blowing part. Small, consistent actions beat big, occasional efforts every single time. Every time you repeat a new habit, you literally strengthen the neural pathways in your brain that support it. Eventually, the habit becomes as automatic as brushing your teeth. And just like brushing your teeth every morning, alignment can become your default state of being. But alignment isn't set just about you. It sets also about the environment you live in. To sustain transformation, you need to design your surroundings so they reinforce your new reality instead of dragging you back into the old one. Here sets how. Step 1. Remove triggers. Eliminate what pulls you backward. That might mean limiting toxic conversations, decluttering your space, or even deleting an app that keeps stealing your focus. Step 2. Add anchors. Scatter reminders of your new reality into your world. Put inspirational quotes on your wall. Build a vision board filled with images of your desires. Set an alarm on your phone that says, "You are unstoppable." Step 3. Surround yourself with high-vibe people. Your circle matters. Energy is contagious. Choose to spend time with people who inspire, uplift, and elevate your frequency instead of draining it. Here's the most liberating truth. Transformation is not about chasing a destination. It's about embracing the journey. Life isn't a race with a finish line. It's an infinite game. There's no perfect arrival point. The goal is not to achieve perfection, but to keep evolving, keep expanding, keep stepping into new levels of possibility. When you live this way, you stop fearing failure, because failure becomes feedback. You stop stressing about timelines, because progress is happening in every step. And most importantly, you start enjoying the process, because the process itself is the reward. Right now, you are standing at the edge of a new reality. You've challenged the old rules. You've shifted your energy. You've taken your first steps toward transformation. And here's what I need you to remember. This is only the beginning. You are limitless. The only limits in your life are the ones you agree to. And today, in this very moment, you chose to release them. You chose to step into your true power. You chose to rewrite your story. Now, it's time for your final challenge. Take what you've learned today and act on it. Not tomorrow, not next week. Today, rewrite just one belief. Take one bold action. Align your energy with what you desire and watch how the universe begins to conspire in your favor. If this message hit you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone else who needs to wake up to their power. And if you're ready for more, hit that subscribe button, because this is just the start of our journey together. Until next time, remember this: the rules aren't fixed, the game can be changed, and you hold the pen that rewrites it all. And if this video resonated with you, type "changing now" in the comments below to declare your commitment today.